everybody, and welcome back to the Realm of Vasten. Vasten2, we are finally going to be doing some actual work on the base, but I have to start every episode mandatory required by law with some digging. Apparently, that's just kind of how we go. But this is an exciting digging project today because I finally am going underneath the tower. That's right, we have a floating tower situation. Finally, the island is now floating. I'm going to have to do a little bit of editing once I get to the sort of finishing stage of this because it's going to be a very flat bottom for now, but you can see looking underneath there, that's right, the digging goes all the way underneath, only by 2 blocks for now, but we will increase that by quite a bit. I'm thinking 10 or 12 more blocks maybe, or something in kind of that area now. But I'm getting excited because we keep getting closer and closer to actually starting to detail. You know, I'm still kind of putting the guts in this since this is such a just freaking monstrous mega build project. I think it's going to be awesome. I think it's actually getting awesome already, but we're not quite there yet. But yeah, you can see I'm just taking this. So basically, when I first went down the first phase, I kept digging in a little bit more at each edge, and I'm doing the exact same again. So that way we have a little row of where houses and stuff like that are going to be. And then it's going to go down underneath, and we're going to have another sort of hangover sort of thing, although a little bit smaller. And then possibly even maybe a third one that'll be even smaller yet, but again with that sort of hangover cliff look. Yeah, and I think it's gonna be really cool. I think you know, one of the things that takes a little bit longer is because of all the andesite, diorite, and granite that's just all over the world. You know, it is what it is. I kind of wish that it spawned a little bit differently than it does, and maybe that'll change in the Cave and Cliffs update. Who knows? I know they were talking about maybe sort of levels. I don't know, but now it's time to do some building. So what we did here is, first thing is I took down the widest portion on the, well, 3 of the sides that aren't the big gatehouse, and I brought out like I think it's 17 by 7 or 14 by 15 or something like that anyway. And it's almost a square. It's not quite a square. Oh no, it is actually exactly a square. I lied. I'm sorry. It's exactly a square. And put in a little design on the floor, and then I repeated that exactly 3 times on all sides. Now, I didn't build a tower on that side then working on right there yet, because I'm kind of thinking maybe I'm going to do a bigger one on that side since that's kind of the back door. The front door has a really giant big gatekeep, and the back door maybe should have something too, where the other 2, like the sort of sides, they're the east-west sides. Maybe they're just regular towers. So I left that one sort of the way it is right now. And yeah, I just think it's a nice way to mix up. It really, really adds a lot, adding in these little towers and stuff like that, just to the side. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to add 3 big square towers, and now it turned out to only be 2, because again, I didn't do one on the northern side. But the east-west towers, I wanted to add 2 big towers. They're going to kind of offset all the round octagon-looking towers on the diagonals, and reason being was I don't want to go too much into any one shape. Like, I don't want to do too many only octagons, or else then when you don't do an octagon, it looks kind of weird. So I wanted to really separate that by just doing a regular old square shape, and I think it really turned out great. I'm really glad I did. I'll tell you, I almost did a circle. I thought really hard about doing a circle, and I'm really, really, really glad I did. And I really think that adding the square towers is a huge difference and a huge upgrade. These 2 towers, I decided to just fill them in completely with the regular old cobblestone and crackstone brick, a sort of 1 crackstone brick for every 3 cobblestone ratio. And yeah, I think it turned out well. I did start to put in windows, and then I thought a little bit better of it, because these are going to all have sort of interiors. These are all going to be where a lot of the students and religious zealot people live. They're going to live in these towers, so I thought I better do the sort of lay out the floor plan and stuff like that before I add windows, or else it's going to look a little goofy, possibly on the inside. So I would rather the floors and the interiors dictate where the windows is rather than the other way around. Then I thought more about it. I thought, you know what, this needs more towers, but it needs small little ones. It needs little like 3 by 3 towers just to change it up a little bit. So I went ahead and 5 blocks on the sides of each of the octagons, I put in 2 towers of just 3 by 3 variants here. And I think that's going to be really cool, because I can make these really, really cool and like pointy once I get into the detailing stage. I've been thinking a little bit about the detailing stage, and one of the things I really want to look into is maybe possibly using black as my primary detailing. Like, I'm talking blackstone / or nether brick. Probably not together, though, because I don't think they work that well together, but probably nether brick, I think. I think that with both the fencing and the wall, there's a few more variants or ideas that you can go with there. But yeah, I think this turned out really well. But then I was looking at it, and I thought, I think that there's some dead space in between the little towers and sort of the north, south, east, west directions. So let's do a bigger tower. Same sort of idea, though. So this one I did... it's a 5x5, but without corner blocks. And I think that is going to be really cool, because this way I can do a nice spire. I'll be able to do I'm thinking maybe like a blackstone spire on these. And just because the size is so nice, that sort of 3x3, but each side juts out by 1 block, or 5x5 without the corners. It's a really, really nice shape for spires. It's one of my favorite shapes to build nice medieval pointy roofs on it. I think anything bigger than that can get a little bit big on the roof, and anything smaller than that is really kind of difficult. But yeah, I think it's coming along. I'm really liking it. Why don't we hop right into game, and we'll walk around a little bit and just sort of get a boots on the ground feeling here. I am really, really liking this base. I really think it's coming along. Adding these extra walls and towers and stuff is just adding so much to this place. It's really starting to feel like it's a lot more filled out now. I like, this is coming down more. You're starting to see what the shape is going to be down there, and you see all these little towers. I mean, think about it. We added, let's see, what's that? It's 4, 5, and plus there's 10 over there, plus I think there's 2 over there, that's 12, plus 2 over here, that's 14. We added 14 roughed in towers, and yeah, they're just roughed in, nothing spectacular, but the idea, it's starting to come together. Take a look at this place, really starting to shape up. Oh yeah, it is pretty cool. I'm really liking it. I hope you are too. I think what I want to do next episode, because I'm probably gonna have to, before we get in the houses, I know I had talked about maybe doing houses along here next time, but the problem is I want to use ink. I want to use a lot of gray ink, and we don't have a squid farm here. It's like the only farm we don't have. So the old world is opening up to us. Actually, by the time this video goes out, it probably is open. It's opening up February 1st to us, which means that I'll be able to access one of our ink farms and not have to rebuild a new one here. So I can go bring back a whole ton of ink. And then we have lots of bones from the mob farm. So between the bones and the ink, I should be able to make a ton of concrete powder, which is what I really want. I want a lot of gray or light gray concrete powder here. That's going to be sort of my grass, if you will, down there. I think it's going to be awesome, but I don't want to have to build a squid farm here. There's just really no point. So I think what we're going to do next episode is either that, if the old world is indeed opened up, or I want to start working on the edges of these walls, which means I need to expand them. So I've kind of decided that how I want to do this is I want to have this come up as a 3-wide platform here with an overhang. I'm going to be able to explain that a lot better next episode whenever we're actually doing it. But yeah, there's a lot of sort of infrastructure work that we need to do here. In fact, actually, I'm just noticing these walls aren't detailed at all too. They're just cobblestone. I think I started building these before I had sort of enough materials to smelt up a bunch of crackstone bricks. So boo on that. I may have to actually do something about that. That's kind of a drag. Anyway, we're going to see you all next time. Thanks so much for spending part of your day with me. The base is starting to shape up. Really, really liking it. Hope you are as well. We'll see you next time. Bye, everybody. Love y'all.